please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys all watching. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. And the big thing that I want to talk about tonight is obviously everything hockey related is on the table. But the big thing I want to talk about tonight is the schedule, which has been released for the exhibition games and the at least the beginning of the qualifying round as far as times go. Games 4 and 5, obviously in those series, we don't know if they're needed yet. So those haven't been officially scheduled, but we've got pretty much times on everything through August 5th. So I want to talk about the schedule tonight, and obviously anything else hockey and NHL related, really whatever else you guys want to talk about. But that's basically the biggest thing. Want to thank you guys all for being here. We got Aiden, Dennis, Leafs Forever, Vaughn, Owen, Derek, Brandon, THG, Bradley, NFL Nation. We got a lot of people here, which is absolutely awesome already. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching tonight. Really appreciate it. Hey, Alex is here. What's going on, Alex? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping in. Let's see. Derek said, I'm going for 100% in GTA 5 story mode. Wow, good luck, Derek. I've never come close to getting 100%, but definitely wish you the best, bro. Rob's here. What's going on, Rob? Connor just popped in as well, so we got Rob and Connor. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to give people probably like 10 to 15 minutes to get here, and then I'm going to switch screens and start going through the schedule and things like that. For right now, we'll just chat a little bit here at the beginning, and then we'll start talking NHL schedule because times are out, and I cannot wait. It's awesome. Hockey feels really close to being back, which is awesome. And I absolutely cannot wait to see actual games happening on the ice once again. Yes, Troy Terry signed a 3-year extension with the Anaheim Ducks today. You are correct, Brandon. He's a good young player in their system and someone who's going to be a pretty important piece for them going forward. We get Camden crowd noise. I don't know, Dennis. I don't know what they're going to do as far as noise is concerned. They've talked about possibly pumping in crowd noise. They've talked about miking up all of the players. There's been a lot of different ideas thrown around. I haven't heard any like official thing that they're going to do. Owen wants to talk about the Boston Bruins. Well, we certainly can do that, Owen. MJ's here. Logan's here. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Yeah, Seattle still doesn't have a name. The Seattle team has pretty much gotten pushed to the back burner over the past few months with everything that's going on. So there's been no new news about the Seattle team. They're not coming into the league until 2021 anyway, 2021, 2022. So it's not like they needed this team to be ready for next season because, you know, they weren't coming in next season anyway. It's not until the year after. So Seattle news has really been pushed off for sure. There's been a bunch of Russians that have come over and signed THG. I'm probably not going to do a video on it because none of them have done anything at the NHL level yet, but Sorokin, obviously with the Islanders, the Wild got their guy. Again, I don't really pay that much attention to players unless they're playing college hockey and I get to watch them. I don't pay that much attention until they do something at the NHL level, and obviously Sorokin is a great goaltending prospect, but he hasn't done anything at the NHL level yet. We'll see what he does playing for the Islanders. He'll be with them next year for sure. None of them can play in the playoffs this year, so you're not going to see any of them, you know, playing a game until at least next season. So NFL Nation, of course, only wants the Bruins to win. Do I think teams will tank to get Lafreniere? No, absolutely not, Eddie. There's no reason to, because you're not guaranteed you're not guaranteed to get them. Even if you tanked in the play-in round, you still only have a 12.5% chance of getting them. So it's not worth not going for a Stanley Cup to get a 12% chance at a player. No, I don't think anyone's going to do that. Yeah, they got the times for the games. What's going on, Sal? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Behind the Arc Basketball in the house. That's my buddy Sal. Thanks so much for tuning in. Brandon says he watched a Jays game last night and they just used fake crowd noise when they scored a home run. So maybe the NHL will do it. I don't know. Well, I mean, if you're gonna mic up the players, then that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what the players say on the ice, and if you don't like that, then too bad. But I mean, players are mic'd up every game. Every game now has players mic'd up. It's just, are they gonna feed that through the TV, or are they gonna do it, like they usually do, where they pick and choose what they decide to show. Or are they just going to have live players mic'd up? If you're going to mic the players up, like, you're going to hear what it sounds like on the ice, and if you don't like that, then too bad. I mean, in NASCAR, I'm watching the All-Star race right now on TV. Those guys' radios are hooked up all the time. You hear everything. Well, you don't hear through the TV broadcast everything they say, but everything that they say is heard. And if people don't like the swearing and what they say, then too bad. It's tough shit. Vegas can't win anymore. Vegas is a very good team. Yeah, Bolts and Bruins absolutely have a rivalry for sure, Logan. Baseball hasn't officially returned, but they've started playing like intra-squad games within the team, and those a lot of times have been televised. Hey, what's going on, Leafs Forever? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Boston is going to play amazing this postseason. Rask will be playing good, and Pasta going to run the playoffs. We'll see. Again, who knows? We'll see. Can we have the Hawks beat the Bruins again? Absolutely not. The Hawks aren't going anywhere, so that puts an end to that to begin with. But I don't see either of those teams making the finals. Pasternak or Krug for the Conn Smythe. I mean, if they go to the finals and win, then those are two guys that definitely have a chance to win it without a doubt. I mean, their best scorer and their best defenseman. Well, then they'll just have to suck it up, THG, because, I mean, plenty of other sports mic up the players, too. Hey, HTH in the house. What's going on? John's here, everybody. Hot Take Hockey. Let's go. Thank you so much for stopping in, as always. Very, very much appreciated. I forget exactly who that was, Brandon, but I mean, that's been when LA won the cup. Dustin Brown did it in this post-game interview. He dropped F-bombs everywhere. So, yeah, you're just gonna have to live with it. Yes, the Washington Redskins are changing their name. NFL Nation hates the Hawks. No idea. I have no idea about Ty Domi. Jesus, Max Domi, Eddie. I mean, I have no inside information. If it hasn't been released to the public, then I don't know it. He's waiting 7 to 10 days into training camp to decide if he wants to play or not. And 7 to 10 days, he'll make that decision, and I will hear about it at the same time as all of you. Let's see. Why would they not mute the players? No, the players are probably going to be mic'd during the playoffs, Leafs Forever. Or at least that's an option that they have, is to mic up the players so we can hear what they're saying. Yeah, very true, Brandon. Very true. Let's see. Wow, that sounds about right, John, for sure. the worst cancel hockey take on Twitter ever, and was going to quote the tweet and call this person out, but don't even know if I want to get... Honestly, tag me in the tweet, and after the stream, I'll just rip them. I'll just absolutely rip them after the stream. I have no problem getting in Twitter beef. I'll have no problem with that. I can't stand these idiots on Twitter. Twitter is the worst thing ever created. I'm convinced at this point that Twitter is the worst thing ever created. I mean, it's just, it allows stupid people to just run their mouths endlessly and say whatever they want, and they actually have a platform to do it. It's like, you moron. So people on Twitter are so stupid, most of them. I can't stand going on Twitter. It's so bad most of the time. Yeah, Oilers and Blackhawks should definitely be interesting, Jack. I mean, I definitely have the Oilers, but that should be an interesting series. It's going to be fun to watch, for sure. Yeah, along with the Kardashians, THG. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Hey, Bruins fan, what's going on? DMV's in the house as well. Thank you, guys. Oh, they deleted it, of course. Of course they deleted it. So now I don't get to oh, God. They probably got absolutely ratioed in the responses, and they just deleted it. Because they literally run their mouth and then don't even stand behind what they said because it was so bad. Oh my, wow, what an absolute idiot, but classic Twitter right there, classic Twitter, absolutely brutal. But welcome, guys, remember to drop that like and hit that subscribe button if you are new. We're going to start discussing the schedule here really quick. I just want to make sure this is set up right, and then I'm going to flip the screen over, and we're going to start discussing the NHL schedule here that they have released for the exhibition games and beginning of the qualifying round. So I'm gonna use my phone to keep up in the chat, and then I'm gonna switch over here, and we're gonna take a look at the schedule. So I do that, and here we go. So exhibition games, guys, begin. Hang on, I'm scrolled too far. Tuesday, July 28th are the beginning. Tuesday, July 28th is the beginning here. All right, yeah, literally that is the equivalent of disabling comments on YouTube. Literally pretty much the same thing. All right, HGH has got the gist of what they said. Wow, yeah, what an absolute moron. What an absolute moron this person must be, HTH. Is a selfish league that doesn't give a shit about their players, and that anyone who supports their broadcasting gives the NHL... What an absolute moron. I don't even know, like, I don't even know. It would take me, like, half an hour to come up with the perfect, just ridiculous response to just absolutely shred this person. What an absolute moron. So all the other sports leagues can come back, but the NHL is selfish and doesn't care about their players. While the MLB is coming back, the NBA is coming back, NASCAR has been back since the middle of May, golf has been back since the beginning of June. What else? Let's see, MLS is back. Football literally has no plans to even change anything. Football is like going status quo, full steam ahead. But the NHL is selfish and doesn't care. Like, what an absolute moron. What an absolute... This person should not be allowed on Twitter. This is why Twitter is such a cesspool. Because people like that are allowed to speak. Oh my God. People like that are given a platform. And, like, I mean, at least they just got absolutely destroyed. This person, I'm glad they got absolutely destroyed and ended up quitting or deleting it, because, oh my God. Yes, getting very close, Jack, to 1.5. Hopefully going to get there before it starts. For sure, getting very, very close. Yeah, 100% Dennis. Just absolutely destroy. I would, oh God, I wish that tweet was still up because I would absolutely destroy that guy. Yeah, Streamlabs hype. Let's go, Brandon. It's still working, which is good. But anyway, all right, I've got that off my chest. We've talked about the absolute morons on Twitter. Now it's time to talk some NHL schedule. Speaking of Twitter, my Twitter link is in the chat in case you guys want to follow me on Twitter. I do roast people from time to time, so if you want to see that, we can go with that. Let's see. Hey, NHL hockey news reports. What's going on? Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Do I like ELO? Yes, I do. Oh my God. NFL Nation, the Blues are going to play. Steve Simmons is so unprofessional. Yeah, the fact that he dropped Matthews' name when Matthews has literally been the only person name dropped throughout this entire thing, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous for sure. No, Derek, those were not all from this week. No, those were not all from this week. No, DMV Samsonov did not play nearly enough games to be a Calder Trophy candidate. He did not play that many games. Holtby was still the starter this year. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get into the schedule here. So as you can see, I've got the NHL.com up. So the first game back from, from everything since March is an exhibition game. Well, they're all exhibition games, but the absolute first game back, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Where did my mouse go? There it is. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, 4 p.m. Eastern time on July 28th, which is a Tuesday. Yeah, Samsonov was not even close. Shesterkin did not play nearly enough games either. Yeah, but Derek, most of those 43 are already recovered. They're already recovered, so it literally doesn't matter. Who got Caps versus what? Caps versus Lots. Oh, you probably meant to say Bolts August 3rd. Hang on, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're starting in with the exhibition games, guys. So Tuesday the 28th, we've got Pittsburgh and Philadelphia at 4, Toronto and Montreal at 8 p.m., and then Edmonton and Calgary. Why I mean, talk about great for the fans, but you're really going to put Edmonton and Calgary in an exhibition game and expect them to play nice with each other? This game is circled on my calendar. If this is on TV, I will be staying up and watching it, because even though it's an exhibition game, those two teams are going to be at each other's throats. Then Wednesday, we have a bunch. Wednesday the 29th, we have a bunch of them. We've got Tampa Bay versus Florida at noontime. We've got Colorado versus Minnesota at 2:30. Carolina and Washington at 4. St. Louis and Chicago, another great rivalry matchup there at 6:30. New York versus New York. I'm actually really excited to see this game again. If this is on TV on a place where I can get it, Rangers Islanders exhibition game is going to be really fun to watch. And then Vancouver versus Winnipeg is the late game at 10:30. So these are all exhibitions. These games do not count. They're just basically warm-up games. These are basically warm-up games to get the teams ready, at least so they have one game under their belt, and then they're ready to start actual play, whether it's a round robin or the play-in series. And then the final day of exhibitions is Thursday, July 30th, where Nashville plays Dallas at 4 p.m. Boston and Columbus play at 7. I'll definitely be watching that. And Vegas versus Arizona play at 10 p.m. That's actually a really interesting matchup as well. I'd be interested in seeing that one for sure. Yeah, we've got some really, really, really good exhibition games. And yes, MJ, you are 100% correct. They are rivalry games for the most part, and that was 100% by design to draw interest, and I fully expect that they're going to be on television as well, I believe. They should be televised because this is the first chance to see live hockey back and actually played. So I mean, maybe not every single game will be televised, but I certainly think a number of them will be, at least at prime viewing spots, and people will have a chance to watch them. And they did the rivalry thing, I think, to draw fan interest into those games. Then we get to the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. August 1st, we get into the real deal. The actual play-in games / round-robin games begin. And on August 1st, which is the first day of actual, real deal games going on, we've got noontime start for the Rangers in Carolina, a 3 p.m. start for Chicago and Edmonton, a 4 p.m. start for Florida and the New York Islanders, 8 o'clock primetime game between Montreal and Pittsburgh, and then we cap it off with a fantastic nightcap at 10:30, Winnipeg and Calgary, one of what I think is one of the best matchups and going to be one of the best series in the entire play-in round, or qualifying round, I guess is what they're calling it now. But that game's going to be really, really good. And then August 2nd, the round robin start, as well as some of the other play-in series. Let's see, Grayson wants to see Lightning Panthers. I'm trying to keep up in the chat, guys, but I'm also, trying to do the schedule as well. So I apologize if I miss your chats. But the first game is at 2. We have Arizona and Nashville. Then the Bruins play Philadelphia in their round robin game at 3. At 6:30, we've got another round robin game between Colorado and St. Louis. That will be a lot of fun. At 8, we've got a primetime matchup between the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the nightcap is Minnesota and Vancouver at 10:30. So that's another pretty darn good day of hockey right there. And then Monday, August 3rd, we are back for Game 2 between the Rangers and Hurricanes at noontime once again. Winnipeg and Calgary play again, but this time at 2:30 for Game 2. Washington and Tampa Bay play their first round robin games at 4 p.m. And Dallas and Vegas play their round robin game at 6:30 p.m. Primetime game once again between Montreal and Pittsburgh, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That game will be a lot of fun. And the nightcap that night is Chicago and Edmonton at 10:30. Yeah, the nightcap games are really, really good, THG. The primetime games are good as well. And I like that the schedule kind of switches around a little bit. So, like, not every team is playing every primetime game. It's not the same games over and over and over. As you'll see as we go deeper into it, they start to switch things up a little bit as we get towards Game 3s here. Bolts will win the cup according to Grayson. Let's see. Yeah, literally, MJ, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. For if you were on the West Coast, this is literally wake up, watch hockey, and all the games are over by like 10 o'clock at night, your time, just starting 10 o'clock my time. But yeah, West Coast got it made for sure. Although I am going to be staying up for a lot of the night games, guys. I am going to be staying up for a lot of the night games for sure. So that will be that's going to be a lot of fun because I want to watch as much hockey as I possibly can. Oh, you know it, Owen. It's going to be really hype when the Bruins play. 100%. Really, really hype. Brandon thinks that Pittsburgh-Montreal is getting a little too hyped. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that's one of necessarily the top-tier Eastern Conference matchups, but it's still going to be a good one, I think. It's going to be a good one. Hey, Chris is here. Welcome to this chat or stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very much appreciated. So moving on now, August 4th, this is where you start to see the times shift and they start putting different series in different spots. So the noontime start on the 4th is Florida and the New York Islanders. At 2, you have Arizona and Nashville, or 2:30, excuse me, is Arizona and Nashville. Columbus and Toronto gets moved to the 4 p.m. time slot. Calgary and Edmonton gets moved to a 6:45 start. That's a little bit random, doing a 45 start, but doesn't really matter. but Calgary and Winnipeg. Did I say Calgary and Edmonton? That's my bad. Calgary and Winnipeg gets moved to 6:45. I kind of wish it was Calgary and Edmonton, but so they get moved up. They're not the night game anymore. Carolina and the New York Rangers become the primetime game with that one on the 4th. It's Hurricanes Rangers at 8 p.m. And then the nightcap is Minnesota and Vancouver at 10:45. No, oh, and I do not have any Bruins jerseys. I have a lot of Bruins shirts. I have a lot of like sweatshirts and stuff, but I do not have any actual Bruins jerseys, Owen. The only hockey jersey that I own, or the only NHL jersey that I own, is my Cale Makar jersey. That's it. Yeah, I will definitely be watching a lot of hockey for sure when this comes back. Oh, that sucks, Derek. You got to go back to school August 10th. Wow, school starts early for you guys. Up here in Mass, schools usually don't go back until the beginning of September. So I know, but Florida and California and a lot of other states go back earlier normally. And Wednesday, August 5th, I believe this is the last day that we have times for. Yes, because when you go beyond that, all the times are still to be determined. So Wednesday, August 5th is the last day that we have times for. We've got Islanders in Florida again at noontime. We've got Arizona and Nashville again at 2:30. So those two things stay the same. Tampa Bay and Boston play at 4 p.m. that day. That's obviously going to be really, really good game and exciting to watch. Colorado and Dallas play at 6:30. Pittsburgh and Montreal back once again in the, I guess they didn't switch that one ever, but Pittsburgh and Montreal's back in the primetime slot at 8 p.m. And then the nightcap is Edmonton and Chicago. Obviously, that's a matchup I'm excited to see for sure. And then beyond that, we know who's playing on what day, but we do not know the times for those games yet. So I'm not really going to worry too much about that. So let's see back here, and I will X out of that and pull this back up. I got the chat back up now, and I don't need my phone anymore. So there's the schedule, guys, at least for what we know. Hey, Owen, that would be much, much appreciated, man. I mean, you definitely don't have to. That would be absolutely insane, but that'd be nuts, dude. But it'd be, I mean, really, really awesome, obviously. Let's see. Vaughn's new school year has been delayed for at least 2 weeks. Okay. That not surprising given the state of California right now. Brandon hates his time difference so much. Yeah, if you're not in the Eastern time zone, guys, all the times I just gave you, you'll have to convert to whatever it is in your time zone because I was going off Eastern time. Sutton says Dallas is going to beat Colorado. Wow, that's a bit of a hot take there, Sutton. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Welcome, Sutton. Only problem is overtimes could create problems. Yes, it is playoff overtime, which means it goes until someone wins. That could be 2, 3, 4 overtimes. Now, that obviously doesn't happen very often. There are always some double overtime games every year. But what they'll just have to push back the next game. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it. The game goes until somebody wins, and they'll just have to push back the next game. A lot of these games have like 3, 4 hours between them because they're staggering East and West. So sometimes there's 3, 4 hours between games, which should give enough time. But if something ever went into like a second or third overtime, then yes, it would delay the next game for sure. But again, it's not a perfect situation. It's not a perfect year. They're just, I mean, you can't have everything perfect, especially now. And with them all playing in one city, that's just the way it's going to have to be. And some games might get pushed back a little bit, but who knows? Who knows? It is an issue, but it's something that they're going to have to deal with. What? Sutton, what are you talking about? Why would you say that, Sutton? No, no one wants it to get bad again. Yeah, Owen, 100%. It's definitely going to be awesome. It's going to be hockey pretty much all day, every day. It's going to be fantastic. Hey, Ronald Barnes is here. What's going on, Ronald? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated. All right. HGH just asked for stream schedule. So, all right, I'm gonna go through here and listen, guys. It's still far enough off where I don't know a lot. There's still a lot of things that I don't know. But let me try and piece together at least a tentative or somewhat tentative schedule here of what at least as of right now, I'm planning to do. So, again, I don't know exactly what the television schedule is going to look like for tonight. Oh, my bad. I thought you meant for like when I'm streaming during these games, because I have started thinking about that. Like some of the days I know which ones I'm going to do, but for tonight, I'm probably, let's see, we're half an hour in. I'll probably go till like 9:30 and then probably be, yeah. Well, usually these streams are a little shorter because there's no games or anything. So I'll probably just do like an hour and a half and then end it for the night for tonight. If you guys do want to know like when I'm tentatively planning on like streaming for when the games come back, let's see. So if the exhibition games are televised, I am very interested in that Penguins Flyers game on Tuesday the 28th at 4. On Wednesday, I'm definitely interested in possibly doing both the Hurricanes Capitals game at 4 and the Islanders Rangers game at 8. Although again, that depends on if they're on TV where I can watch them or not. And Thursday, I will be doing Bruins and Blue Jackets. Obviously, that's Boston's first game back. I'll be really excited for that. So I'll definitely be doing Bruins Blue Jackets on the 30th. And that might be a group stream. It's in the works. It's being talked about right now. That might be a group stream. I'm going to try to do 2 to 3 games a day as much as I would say most of the time it's going to be 2 games a day, THG. Some days I might be able to do 3. Some days I might only be able to do 1. But I would say right now the plan is on average to do 2 games a day. I can't do all of them, but I can try and do 2 per day, or at least something close to that. No, everybody's gonna be streaming. Alex, every hockey channel is gonna be streaming. Like, it's. I already know all the hockey channels are going to be streaming pretty much all the time. Group stream is when I have all my friends on. So let's see. So when we actually get to, no, the group stream is when I go to my friend's house or they all come here and we all stream. We're all like here watching the game together and we all stream together. Maybe Derek, I don't know. That's weeks away still. I have no idea. That's not something I would know until like a couple days before if they're available or not. Hey, Transportation Land, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very happy to have you here as always, dude. So for Saturday, August 1st, that is the day of my sister's grad party. So I'm not going to be able to do any of the afternoon games on Saturday, August 1st, which sucks. But it's my sister's college. That's my sister's college graduation party. So I am definitely going to do Canadiens Penguins at 8 p.m. that night, and I'm going to be doing Jets and Flames at 10:30. I'm going to do the two late games for sure. So Canadiens Penguins on August 1st and Jets Flames I'm going to do because I can't do any of the afternoon ones. On August 2nd, Planning on obviously doing Bruins Flyers at 3. Also hoping to have my friends on that stream as well. That will be a really good one. And then after that, maybe Wild Canucks game 1. The late game. I don't want to try and compete with doing a Maple Leafs game because there are going to be so many other channels, and I know obviously HTH is going to be doing Leafs games, and you know, I would assume he's going to do every single Leafs game. He might be doing almost every game in general, like so I'm not even going to try to attempt to compete with Leafs. So I might do Flyers Bruins at 3, go home that night, and then do Wild Canucks as the late game at 10:30. Monday, August 3rd. Definitely hoping to do Jets Flames at 2:30 because that's going to be a fantastic series. And then probably Canadiens Penguins at 8 and Oilers Blackhawks at 10:30. So that Monday, August 3rd might be the first day that I do 3 games. Jets Flames at 2:30. Canadiens Penguins at 8 and Blackhawks Oilers at 10:30. That might be a 3-game day for sure. Tuesday, August 4th. Let's see. Tuesday, August 4th. I might definitely going to be doing Rangers and Hurricanes at 8 for that one. Hey, appreciate that, John, for sure. Thank you so much for all the support. And really, really appreciate having you on the channel and everything that you've done for this channel. And I'm definitely going to be supporting you as much as I can through all of this. Obviously, everybody, what am I trying to say? Everybody, or like a lot of different channels are going to be streaming a lot of the same games, a lot at the same time. And to me, it's not a competition. It's just about, you know, everyone's got their own thing, and then everyone's got to help everyone else out as well, and I'm gonna try and support you as much as I can, bro. I know you're gonna be streaming a lot. So yeah, hey Ace, what's going on? Yes, 10:30 p.m. A lot of the late games are all on at 10:30. So I'll be doing those as well. Some of them. This Tuesday, August 4th is tough. I'm definitely doing Hurricanes Rangers. I'm probably going to take a night off from the late game for that one, so I might do Preds and Coyotes at 2:30. I might do Preds and Coyotes at 2:30. Or maybe Panthers Islanders at noontime if I'm home enough. I don't know. That Tuesday, August 4th is still up in the air. And then Wednesday, August 5th, I'm definitely going to be doing Lightning Bruins at 4. And I'll probably do Canadiens Penguins at 8 as well for that one. Maybe even Oilers Blackhawks again. Maybe another 3-stream day on Wednesday, August 5th. And that's all we have times for so far. So that's all I'm going to go into it for right now. But yeah, needless to say, I'm not going to be streaming every single game, but I'm going to be streaming a lot as much as I can. And I hope that's enough for you guys. I'm going to be on the grind, putting in as much work as I possibly can. All right, Owen Oakley's got to go. Thank you so much for stopping in, man, and watching. Very, very much appreciated. Vaughn will be here for the 10:30 games. Yeah, Vaughn, you're on West Coast time, so it's even easier for you because that's not even that late for you. Aiden's here. What's going on, Aiden? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Sutton will be asleep by the 10:30 games. Yeah, I'm no time for sleep when you've got NHL playoffs going on. That's for sure. Willow's here. What's going on, Willow? Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, as you guys can see, I am planning on streaming 2 or 3 games pretty much every day for at least the beginning of these playoffs. I am going to be doing as much as I possibly can. And I mean, we're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to grow the channel, and if this channel wants to grow, I need to be pumping out as much content as I possibly can, video-wise, and streaming as much as I can on the stream end of things. And that's really, honestly, the streams grow the channel more than you know, doing recorded videos ever have. It's really the streams that grow the channel at like where I can pick up 20 subscribers in a day during a stream, whereas a video usually will add me 1 or 2 new subs maybe. If it's a big video, maybe like 7 or 8, but I can, add a lot more during a stream than during just with a regular video. So, yeah, I'm going to try and be up late as much as I can and just watching as much hockey as I can. MJ brings up a really good point. It would be cool if I did a live stream collab with Isles Girl. I have already thought of that, MJ. No worries. I 100% have already thought about that. Again, you guys know how much I love collab stuff. I just did my collab with Windy City Hockey is out now. It came out tonight. You guys know I love collab stuff. Again, it's going to depend on if she's available or if she even wants to do it. But I 100% would be down to stream, have her on a stream. It's really easy through StreamYard to get someone else on a stream. It's just a link and they can join. So, yeah, I mean, dude, I would absolutely love to do that. And, even, I know John's got his own stuff going on, obviously. With Hot Take Hockey, but if there's ever a Leafs game where maybe we could do something together, I'd be totally down to do that. I'd be down to have Windy City on for a Chicago stream, maybe, if he's gonna be watching that. I mean, listen, if you guys know other hockey YouTubers with teams in the playoffs that might want to do a joint stream, I would 100% be all about it, because I mean, I love doing collab stuff. It's really collaborations have become my favorite things that I do on this channel. Just getting to talk to other people, and getting that interaction and just to talk about hockey with other fans is really, really cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome, THG, for sure. It's gonna be awesome, THG, absolutely. All right. Aiden says the Leafs are going to win a cup soon. I mean, obviously the Leafs have a high-flying offense. They're a really good team without a doubt, but I have major questions about their defense, that's for sure. But I mean, if they add a top 4 defenseman to that group, or maybe even a top pair defenseman to that group, then yeah, I definitely think the Leafs are a team that could make a cup run at some point. Absolutely. The Leafs defense is really the only question with that team. Freddie Anderson is a good goaltender, and their offense is unreal. They've got one of the best offenses in the entire league. But that defense leaves some question marks for sure. Let's see. Biggest pylon, Jeff Petrie or Martin Marincin? Oh, Marincin. Marincin is without a doubt way worse than Jeff Petrie. I like to rag on Jeff Petrie. I like to rag on Petrie, but Petrie's good offensively. He's just really, really bad in his own end at sometimes, and he's bad with the turnovers. Martin Marincin is just awful. Martin Marincin is an awful NHL defenseman. So he's without a doubt the bigger pylon for sure. Not even really close in my opinion. My rebuild, Brandon says my rebuild is going well. Yes, Brandon, I am very happy with it. Brandon and I are in a sim league together, and I basically just completely dismantled the Boston Bruins and am completely starting over. I mean, I literally traded everybody, and the rebuild's actually going pretty well, and I have a ton of draft picks coming up in next year, or not. I have a bunch of picks in the next 2 drafts coming up, so I'm really, really excited to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm playing GM a little bit for sure. Petrie was a good second pairing guy in his last 6 weeks in Edmonton. Yeah, his defense in Montreal has left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. But Petrie at least brings, he at least makes up for it in some ways with his offense. Marincin just doesn't really bring anything to the table, in my opinion. You're going to go back to school again at some point, Vaughn. You're not getting out of school forever. Who's the best out of the three? Brodeur, Hasek, or Wah? That's tough. I'd probably say Brodeur, but he had such a great defense and team in front of him. But again, I'd probably say Brodeur. Off-brand, if you want to collab, shoot me a DM on Twitter. Literally, the link is literally right here in the chat. If you want to do a collab, DM me on Twitter and we'll put it together. We will I mean, I'm always down to collab, so we'll put it together. Just shoot me a DM on Twitter and I'll get back to you later tonight and we can try and put something together for sure, cuz I am 100% down for collabs. Hey, Slapshot Jack is here. What's going on, buddy? Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Very much appreciated. Yeah, Sutton's new to hockey, so he probably I wonder if Sutton even ever saw any of those three play, like, for sure. Sutton, let's see. Ace thinks Curtis Joseph was as good as any of them. I don't. Cujo had some really, really good years. He was a great goaltender, no doubt. I don't know if I have him in the Hasek, Wah, Brodeur category, but he was a great goaltender for sure. Yeah, Brodeur was very defense dependent. Like, I remember there was some stat about like how many shutouts he had. But like in like more than 50% of those games that he got a shutout, he faced like 20 shots or less. It's like that's the defense in front of you making you better, even better. Like I agree that Brodeur was very defense dependent for sure, but he was a great goaltender also. Yeah, 100%, Jax. Getting back to doing game streams is going to be absolutely awesome. Yeah, Slapshot Jack, I'm watching the NASCAR race right now. I got it on my TV while I'm streaming. It's the All-Star race in Bristol tonight. They've got fans in the stands. Not full capacity, but they've got fans in the stands for this race. Yeah, Patrick Waugh had great defense in front of him as well, with especially well, I mean, even with both the Montreal and with the Avalanche. But I remember Waugh, particularly with the Avalanche. That was when I was really young and getting into hockey. And, yeah, I mean, Adam Foote, Rob Blake anchoring that defense in Colorado. Obviously, Ray Bourque was there in 2001 when they won the Cup. I mean, that was 100%. He had some great defense in front of him as well. Hopefully school is at home for Logan so he can watch more games. Okay. Sutton's got to go shower. Okay, see you later, Sutton. Thank you for watching. Very, very much appreciated as always. Brandon says, I have, if not the best defense in the Sim League and still below 500. That sucks, Brandon. Guess that game really more cares about the offense than having a good defense. Aiden asks, who is better, Freddie Anderson or Matt Murray? Ooh, that is a very good question. I think they're kind of on a similar level as far as goaltending goes. Trying to think, Anderson might be a little more consistent, but Murray has the Stanley Cups. Murray had a really rough start to the season this year, but he got better towards the end. It's tough. I would say maybe the better all-around goaltender right now is probably Freddie Anderson, but Matt Murray definitely, he's the one with the Stanley Cups, and he's the one that has a chance to, I definitely think, surpass Anderson as his career goes along. Wah or Hasek? That's a tough one. I would probably go Wah. I mean, those are definitely the top three. Whatever order you put them in, I really don't think you can be wrong. Whatever order you put them in, you have an argument. Those are clearly, in my opinion, the top three, though, of all time. Wah, Hasek, and Brodeur. Yeah, that's wild, Brandon. 25th place team is in the playoffs. Hey, Kate, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very much appreciated. Yes, I know you have Facebook, Vaughn. I know. Hey, Kate got some NHL cards today. Congratulations, Kate. That's really, really cool. Obviously awesome to see. And let me know if you got anything good. Put it in the Discord if you got any really good ones. Hey, welcome back, Grayson. And he says, go Bolts. Aiden says, Hasek. Grayson likes Tampa Bay, obviously. All right, HGH has got to go. Thank you so much, man, for watching. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word all of a sudden. Thank you so much for watching. Very, very much appreciated. It's always great to have you on the channel. And yeah, keep putting in the work. Keep growing the channel, man. You are going to be to 15K really, really fast. And then it's 20K, 25, 30, and it just keeps rolling from there, man. So definitely awesome to have you, and thank you for all the support, again, as always. Fuhr, top 5 all time. Yeah, Fuhr, you definitely could put in the conversation, for sure. Very, very good goaltender. And, you know, obviously won Stanley Cups and played on some tremendous teams. It's hard to rank. That's why I don't do a lot of like all-time ranking stuff, because it's just so hard to do. I mean, arguments can be made for so many players, and there have been so many great players throughout the history of the league. It's just it's really hard to actually put them in a definitive order, because you could, you know, change a few things here or there and you still be right, and it's just so difficult. Didn't you ask that in the group chat, Jack? I answered you. Yeah, I answered. But Nashville, I think Nashville beats the Coyotes in the qualifying round. That Preds team had a really disappointing season. But they're a good team on paper, and they should have been better than they were this year. So I think they come out ready to go, and they will probably beat Arizona, in my opinion. No, I do not get to see a lot of junior hockey THG at all, so I don't watch that very often. Yeah, no, it's all good, Jack. I think it's gonna be the Preds that get it done for sure. That's at least my prediction. I mean, anything can happen. It's the NHL playoffs. Anything can happen, but I'm definitely predicting the Preds. Yeah, yep, that's vintage right there. Canada Cup in 1987. Grant Fuhr was fantastic, without a doubt. That was you know, Fuhr's heyday too, back in the 80s. Hey, there you go, Jack. Root for the Yotes, and then let your brother root for the Preds. Hey, whatever works. Yeah, no, 100%. Anything can happen, guys. Anyone can beat anyone in the NHL, and we've seen it. We've seen it multiple times. And it's really weird how it works out sometimes. Like, nobody thought, I don't think anybody thought Carolina was going to be in the Eastern Conference Final last year. I don't think anybody thought the nobody thought the Lightning were going to get swept by the Blue Jackets, never mind to even lose to the Blue Jackets. And you know, a lot of strange things happen, and anything's possible for sure. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Brandon, because I vividly remember that 100%. For sure. Yeah, when the Kings won the cup, there were a lot of F-bombs dropped on live TV. For sure. I vividly remember that because I was in high school at the time. I was a sophomore. Yeah. 2012 Stanley Cup. I was, well, I was the end of, yeah, it was the end of my sophomore year when they won the cup. Yeah, Vaughn, Jesus, Vaughn. Why are we talking about cyberbullying, Vaughn? Just don't do that. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. It's not worth it. If I could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? I have no idea. I've never thought deeply about that. I have no idea. I don't I don't even know where to begin with that question. I don't know. I that would require some deep thought, and I'm not in the I'm not ready for some deep thought right now for sure. Um so let's see. I am going to go I'm going to be live um no, it's all good. I just don't want to answer that question right now. I've literally never thought about it because I don't have that option, so I've never really thought about it. But I'm gonna be live probably for another half hour or so. Sorry, just answering some Snapchats here. I'll be live for another half hour or so, and then around maybe around 10 o'clock, maybe a little before, I'll hop off for the night, and then yeah. Oh, important. Series previews start tomorrow. So be on the lookout tomorrow. I forget what time I have it set. I have it set scheduled to drop at a certain time. Let me look right now. I forget it off the top of my head. Let's see. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're not in Eastern time, it's different. But tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, the first series preview. I keep saying season. The first series preview will drop tomorrow. And then obviously I'm going to be doing those for all 8 play-in round series, or qualifying series as they're calling them now. I don't know what to call it, but I'll call it the qualifiers or qualifying series. And those begin tomorrow, so that will be a lot of fun. And I've got a couple of them recorded. One of them still needs editing, and then I'll be recording more, obviously, as the week goes on. Who relocates first, Ottawa, Florida, or Arizona? My bet out of that group would be either Ottawa or Florida. I don't think Arizona goes anywhere, honestly. The NHL is too invested in keeping Arizona there to move them. I think it's going to be Florida or Ottawa, but I honestly don't know if any of them relocate, to be honest with you. With Seattle coming in and the conferences finally evened out, I really don't know if there's interest from the NHL standpoint in moving anybody. Hey, it's all good. Luke, what the hell? Luke, I'm sorry, I messed your name up. Luke says he couldn't make it. That's fine, man, not a problem. Does an NHL team relocate to Houston at some point? If they were to relocate, I think that would be where they go. But I'm really not sure that the NHL is even interested in relocating anywhere. And yeah, Brandon, you're 100% right. Arizona is Gary Bettman's baby. He is not going to let them move. He is not going to let them move. No, I have not done any series previews yet, Logan. No series previews are out yet. The first one drops tomorrow. I've been doing discussion videos and I've been doing lineup projections, but I have not done any series previews yet. Well, they're recorded, but none of them are out yet. All right, Ace. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and definitely hope to see you again in the stream sometime soon for sure. I have no idea, Luke. No idea when Gary Bettman is going to retire as commissioner. Absolutely no clue. Yeah, no, Florida's willing to spend money, but they have their attendance is abysmal. So I could see them needing to move just on the attendance problem. Ottawa's attendance is not good either. All right. Who's my favorite Bruins player? Patrice Bergeron. Patrice Bergeron is my favorite Bruin. That guy's just an absolute legend. Absolute legend. Um, let's see. Brandon wants to know Neil Smith, the GM that only lasted 60 days for the Islanders. Wow. That's a very short stint as an NHL general manager. Very, very short stint. Do I want Brad Marchand to be commissioner? No. I want Brad Marchand to be playing left wing for the Boston Bruins, not commissioner of the league. He needs to be in the Bruins lineup, racking up points with Bergeron and Pastrnak. Yes, Luke, I have seen that. I haven't done any videos on that or anything, but I have seen it. All because he didn't want to sign that DiPietro contract, and the Islanders never should have given DiPietro that contract that they're still paying to this day. Vaughn wants to be commissioner. Okay. Well, good luck in that endeavor, Vaughn. We'll see if you ever get there. Yo, just checking. Just checking the old Twitter. Gotta make sure I'm up to date. All right. Boom. Does Connor Hellebuck deserve the Vezina and Sean Couturier Selke? What? Luongo's retired, Aiden. Luongo is retired. He is not an NHL goalie anymore. Yeah, no, if the Islanders, history would be vastly different if the Islanders just never got rid of, if the Islanders never got rid of Luongo and just kept him as their starting goaltender, because he obviously went on to have a legendary career. Oh yeah, he's still getting paid because of the terms of his contract, but he's not still in the league. And Luongo was well worth that contract when he was playing. DiPietro was never worth his contract. DiPietro never was a good NHL goalie. Luongo was an all-time great NHL goalie, so at least he earned his contract while he was playing. Yeah, Alexei Yashin for Zdeno Chara. Oh God. Yeah, imagine THG. Imagine if they didn't make any of those stupid Mike Milbury moves. They could have had Chara, Spezza, and Luongo. Instead, they got Yashin and DiPietro. That was really worth. I mean, that's so bad to look back on and see how awful that was. I mean, that's the Islanders in the late 90s, well, early 2000s mostly, were, I mean, Milbury absolutely destroyed that franchise. Yeah, there we go. Griffin Reinhart for Matt Barzal and Anthony Beauvillier. Great deal there, Shirelli. Oh my God. How, just, it doesn't get any more brutal. It doesn't get any more brutal. Yep, the first round picks weren't good either, 100%. Yeah, no, the Islanders were just an absolute disaster of a franchise back in the early 2000s like that. No, absolutely. Late 90s, early 2000s were not good. They set that team up to fail for a long, long time. Hall for Larson. Yep, there's another Shirelli special. Morgan Riley should get traded. Well, if Morgan Riley's going to get traded, I will gladly take him in Boston because he is a great defenseman. I would love to have Morgan Riley in Boston. Raven Squad wants a shout out, so I guess shout out in the chat to Raven Squad. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Very, very much appreciated. Remember, hit that like button, guys, and please subscribe if you are new. And that both those things really help the channel a lot and is very, very much appreciated. Morgan Riley, what? Morgan Riley is Toronto's best defenseman. What are you talking about? He's not delivering in Toronto. He's by far Toronto's best defenseman. Yeah, I'll gladly take Morgan Riley in Boston if you don't want him. I will gladly take Morgan Riley. He is a legitimate top pair defenseman. He's like the only, him and Muzzin are the only good defensemen in Toronto. The rest of them all suck as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Erik Karlsson, that deal looks real good for Ottawa at this point for sure. Talk about, I mean, God. And Norris, and yeah, no, that deal. I remember when people thought like Karlsson got traded to San Jose, and people were Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley is not 34. Morgan Riley was drafted in like 2012. Morgan Riley is 26 years old. So he's literally just entering the prime of his career. He is just entering the prime of his career. He's only 26. I will gladly take that to go along with McAvoy, Krug, and Carlo in Boston. Yeah, no, that Erik Karlsson deal, everyone was like all up in arms when Ottawa traded Karlsson to San Jose. Now the clear winner of that trade is the Ottawa Senators. Pierre Dorion did a fantastic job in getting a massive return for Karlsson. And now it's turned into a top 3 draft pick. It's turned into Josh Norris, who looks like he's going to be a top 6 center. They got a lot in return for Erik Karlsson. THG wanted Liljegren to get picked by the Isles. Well, yeah, he's taking a little while to develop. He actually got taken off the training camp roster for the Maple Leafs, so he's not even in camp with them anymore. He's taking a little longer than expected to develop, but still, that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player in the future. That would be very, very, very weird, Vaughn. Very weird. And yeah, a lot of people thought the Sharks won the Erik Karlsson trade when it was made, and now it's pretty clear that the Sharks did not win that. They are a team that's in big, big trouble. They have to pay him $11.5 million per season, and he is injuries every year, and half the player that he used to be. So yeah, Strawman at this point is not worth $5.5 million. Brandon, 100% agree with you on that. Oh yeah, THG, the Senators are going to be really, really good when they come out of this rebuild, I think. They are set up for the future to be really, really good coming out of this rebuild. 2, 3, 4 years down the road, Ottawa is probably going to be one of the best teams in the East. The Leafs should trade away Marincin, Aiden. Marincin is absolutely horrible. Horrible defense. I can't stand Marincin. They absolutely should trade him away. Yeah, there's another one, Brandon. Everyone hated on the Pacioretty trade. Pacioretty's been awesome for Vegas. Absolutely awesome for Vegas. I don't know why people hated on that. And Montreal got a good return for him as well. Like that Pacioretty trade has worked out, I think, for both sides really well. Let me go back. Let me go through this whole trade. Max Pacioretty goes to Vegas, and Max Pacioretty has been awesome for Vegas. He's been great in that Vegas lineup. But Montreal got Tatar, Suzuki, and a second-round pick for him. They got Tatar, Suzuki, and a second-round pick for Pacioretty. That is literally a trade that worked out great for both teams. Vegas got a legit goal scorer in Max Pacioretty, which they needed to add to that lineup. And Montreal got some great pieces for the future, great with the pick and Suzuki, whose Suzuki looks really, really good. And then Tatar has actually played quite well for Montreal. So that's literally a trade that worked out great for both teams, for sure. Yeah, but they can still get a goalie, THG, and I think they're going to be a team like when you see like the Rangers who have Georgiev and Shesterkin, or a team like Columbus who has Merzlikins and Korpisalo, they could be a team that could pull off a trade for one of those young goaltenders, and especially the ones who are probably going to be the backup, and then and get a goaltender through trade. You know, that's another thing they could do as well. Their goaltending prospects right now aren't great, but that can quickly change. Vegas has a very good team, Aiden. Vaughn wants the Knights to hire Peter Chiarelli. That would be very bad for the Golden Knights. Weber for Subban aged poorly. Yes, it did. Aiden's happy that the Leafs have a new coach. Yeah, I think pretty much most people were happy when Babcock got fired by the Leafs. Most people were happy. Philip Forsberg for Martin Erat. Another horrible, horrible trade. Now, Forsberg had never played an NHL game at that point. But they were giving away, Washington was giving away one of their best prospects. And Martin Erat was absolutely terrible in a Capitals uniform. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. Yeah, no, giving up your best prospect or definitely one of your best prospects for an aging winger like Martin Erat was not a smart move by the Capitals. And Forsberg's turned out great, and Erat was terrible for them. All right, guys, so we're closing in on about an hour and 15 minutes here on the stream, and we're down to single-digit viewers. So I'm probably going to wrap things up for tonight here pretty quickly. If there's any last things that you want to talk about, then throw it in the chat right now, and I'll do my best to respond. This is definitely the last stream for this week, but I'll probably be streaming again next week, as you guys know. At least once next week, and then the week after that, games start. So, excuse me. Really, really excited to get back to having games, and obviously those streams are going to be much longer and much bigger, and a whole lot just more fun in general. But for tonight, I think that's about going to do it here as we head toward the hour 15-minute mark. And I know HTH is just went live, so I'll probably hop over into his chat for a while, and while I finish up watching this race, and then I'll be going to bed for the night. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate all your support. This channel continues to grow. which is absolutely awesome to see, even though we haven't had hockey on for the last like 4 months, I would say. So yeah, let's see. THG, do I think the Isles will be able to re-sign Barzal, Taves, Pulock, and Martin? Not all of them. I don't see any way that they can bring all of them back. I think Barzal and Pulock will be the they'll be the, what am I trying to priorities, and then Taves and Martin, we'll see. Martin probably won't be back unless he takes a really cheap contract. Taves maybe. Pulock and Barzal are definitely the priorities there with the Islanders, though. Yes, Roman Polak hates the Stars, Brandon, apparently. I don't think he's ever going to be back in the NHL. I think he is going to be playing in Europe for the rest of his career at this point. But anyway, with that, guys, thank you again so much for watching. The game streams are going to be absolutely electric and really, really fun. So definitely cannot wait to see you guys there. And really, really appreciate all of your support as always. And I hopefully will be talking to you all soon. As far as that goes, or with that, I think that's going to do it for this one. And if you want to hop over to Hot Take Hockey's stream, I'll probably be in the chat there very shortly. So talk to you guys soon. And with that, have a great night, and I'll peace out for the night.